I come from a little place called Weehambillis, between Chinchilla and Tara in southeast Queensland. I actually used to hate coming to these things, but I actually like it now because it gets me away from home. It's a sad fact, but you know, I'll give you a bit of an idea of what I go through in the last 48 hours. I was woken at 3 o'clock yesterday morning by outside of the front gate, and a compressor station whirring away. I was inside my lounge room and continued on in the morning with about 50 truck movements between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. past my house to repair the road that had been ruined over the past 100 days of connecting 5 wells right next to my house. Then I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning to come here, pretty pissed off. And I actually pulled up to take a photo, if you will, of 7 drill rigs that were operating within 7 kilometres of my house. And my anger got the better of me, and I just decided to block the road. And unfortunately for the gas company, there was 3 buses of 50 men, and ended up doing about a 5 kilometre traffic jam for the 20 minutes that I had them. I was on my own, and that's the sort of thing that probably Drew's talking about, annoying these people and slowing them down. I know the police take 25 minutes to get there, so obviously on the 20th minute I left. Needless to say, I did pass 2 police cars on the way into town. But, you know, reality is that my area is now become an industrial zone. It was a peaceful residential estate. We have 30-acre blocks to 250-acre blocks. I've got 200 wells that surround me. I've got a compressor station that's 7 kilometres from my front door. The closest gas well is 1,540 metres from my front door. I have a pipeline about 300 metres from my front door. With the 200 wells, we've got another 800 to come over the next sort of 4 years. We're battling hard. We've had a good blockade that we had going. It started off very strong, and I see a lot of people that were here actually came up, and I thank you for that support, coming all the way up there to stand in front of those vehicles, and Libby and Drew, and obviously Justin here and Jeremy, who made the trip all out from Sydney to show their support for us out there. But when all the fanfare's gone and the helicopters are gone and Channel 10's gone, you know,
we're with you, Dayne.
we're left there.
We're with you, mate. Don't worry about that. We're with you.
So everyone goes home, and I try and go home to a gas field. And that's why I love coming to these things, because I actually get to leave the gas field. And it's why, you know, we need your support. We really do. We're at the point where it's a disaster zone. You know, there was a 20 kilometre strong convoy of cars this morning on the way out 7 kilometres from my house to build a reverse osmosis plant that'll dump 20 megalitres of water a day into my local creek, which will then run into the town water supply with all those chemicals that Marianne was talking about. You know, we're in a situation in Queensland. It's just a start here for you, and if we don't stand up against these bastards, there's going to be nothing left for our children. There's going to be nothing left for future generations. So I just ask you all to really take an interest in what's happening in your local area. You are already being here, but you need to stand up, and please don't forget us, because we're in a rural area. You know, we started this 2 years ago with 5 people. And our first blockade, we blockaded seismic machinery that were trying to do more seismic testing near our houses. We were trying to stop more wells going in, and it really became the point where we knew that we were in a lot of trouble. The compressor station had been going for about a year. The noise for me, I live right next to it. I literally live right next to it. It's called Kenya Station. I'm 2 kilometres from the border of Kenya Station, and then the compressor station's 5 kilometres from there, so it's actually a little under 5 kilometres, so I'm within 7 kilometres of the compressor station. The environmental impact studies say that, statements say that you can't build these compressor stations within 5,000 metres of a densely populated area, but it mentions nothing about rural residential estates or farmhouses. We're actually known in the industry as sensitive receptors. They don't distinguish between a sensitive receptor. It can be a school, it can be a house, it can be anything, you know what I mean? We don't have a number, we don't have a name, we're just a sensitive receptor, and that's the way they treat it. They treat it as money. You know, our situation is at a point where, you know, our futures are sort of gone. Our land prices are gone, and you know, I'm worried about my future. I really am. I don't want to stay in my home. I've been there for 4 days, and that would probably make it about 35 days this year. 30 days of blockading, 5 days of trying to relax. But I wake up every morning angry. I'm not an angry person. So it's driving myself and my neighbours to the point of despair. We just don't know what to do anymore. We rely on people like Drew and Libby and Justin and Mark and Mary Ann and, you know, guys like you guys to stand up, because if we don't make this the biggest social movement ever this country's seen, it will be the biggest disaster this country's ever seen.